Hello, my name is Shadley and welcome back for another episode of Victoria 3's Ethiopia. In previous episode, Egypt decided to abandon us. We did actually, right at the end, get the Great Power rank though, which is quite nice. But we are now just waiting for the truce to end with them. We might have to... Oh, actually. Oh, we got a lot of extra in here, so we've lost a general at some point. In Ethiopia. Let's hire a new one. Defensive strategist, that could be useful. A bit reckless, but... On the other hand, if we go for the woodland combat expert, you got the offensive planner and surveyor. No, we're gonna go for the defensive strategist. There's a total of 5 generals. So nothing massive, but it might be just about enough to hold on to the front for the time being. We're not entirely sure yet if and when we declare the war on Egypt, who's gonna join on their side. There might be a lot of enemies. Well, the tool price is at least dropping, so that's good news. The engine price... Oh, wow. Oh, there we go. Colonial exploitation passed. Now, let's have a look at the... We could try to pass the professional army once again. Rural folk would hate that. Let's wait for at least a week for the rural folks... Well, they would probably hate that quite a bit, actually, still. Right, I don't know how much I can do about that. What about the mass conscription? We're trying to get that one. The rural folk would hate that even more. Okay, so this would probably be the better option of the two. If I go for this one, though, it's kind of radicalized both trade unions and rural folk, so that might be a revolution. So maybe not quite yet. Because if both of them start hating us too much, that is already quite a bit of support from those two, plus all the radical, well, a decent chunk of the radicals. Oh, right, oh yeah, there's some... battles going on, or wars about to happen in Germany. Right, the food industry levels are still increasing quite nicely, so that's definitely good news. Did we put the... Oh yeah, we did put the class works to upgrade on their own. So we don't actually need to babysit the construction all that much. Although, still probably to some degree. I should probably put in the coal mine over here to be expanded, and then over here the iron mine... Oh, we do have a rubber plantation, but it's probably not very profitable. Yeah, we don't use rubber at all. We could maybe put in the... Actually, the textile mill over here is being upgraded, isn't it? Yeah, it is. Okay. So getting a lot of stuff in here, including some motor industries. And steel mill... Okay, the steel price isn't actually that bad. Still getting good money, and we still need to wait a little bit longer before the truce with Egypt ends. If I'm not mistaken. Truce ends on 8th of January. Alright, well... Ooh, looks like Occupants actually managed to get their independence. So France is now weaker. They are number 2 great power still. They got quite a bit of GDP, although they're only number 3 worldwide. Our GDP did have a bit of a drop there when Egypt left, but it's not too bad yet. I do wonder if anyone else is leaving our faction yet, or the customs union yet. Not that I can tell. Not yet, anyway. Luxury clothing prices still going up, and our clad prices going up. Didn't we get the shipyard? Yeah, we did. Alright. Oh, what's this? North Sherman Federation versus Sindh. Oh, puppet Sindh and ban slavery in there. Okay. Well, they probably can do that, yeah. I just want to double check that there's no barracks that we could build anyway. I mean, suppose Eritrea is an option. It is an option. I'm going to put in 5 barracks to be built there, just so that we can have a slightly more troops available. Right now we got a... Actually, we don't have any reserves. Oh, we got the fleet over here in reserve. We could maybe activate that already. Recruit an admiral in Zandri. Ooh, Firebrand. A lot of popularity. So interest crew... Oh, so intelligentsia would get a lot. Experienced naval commanders, so that's pretty good. I'll take that one. Should help, actually. Is that... What does it say out of 16? Didn't we build more than that? We've got 10 naval bases there, oh, but then not all of them are fully employed yet. So we built all of them, but they are still hiring. Well, I suppose that's fine then. A good vintage. Ooh, I'll take extra prestige, thank you very much. So, it's almost time, or potential time for the war. Of course, we'll probably get the barracks first, just so we'll get that extra 5 battalions. So we'll have 100 battalions to start with. Which, again, is not massive, admittedly, but it will benefit us to some degree. Actually, let's have a look at the generals that we have, mostly for the armies. So we got the expert artillery commander and expert defensive strategist. So this is someone that we might want to promote. So now 33 battalions on that one. And with the 5 extra, it's probably going to go to 35 or something. These are now 16 each, so it's not quite as good. But you know, we got room for expansion at the least. And I suppose Eritrea is already getting 5 barracks there. Well, eventually. So that's going to be quite nice. We've got a lot of expansions going on in here. More lead mines, furniture manufacturers. So yeah, the construction is now going fine without us. Oh, Spain abandoned. Oh, it's Saint and Great King versus Hohenzollern and North German Federation. Oh, down to 6 million credit. So we're reducing that rather swiftly now. That's definitely good news. We might want to increase our government administration, though, especially in Gondor, because actually there is still enough taxation capacity. Oh, we did get the extra taxation capacity from that tech, didn't we? What are we researching now? We are researching the enlistment officers. Are we trying to pass the... No, we're not trying to pass the law. The rule folk would still be angry. Trade unions would probably be quite angry as well, although it's not quite as bad anymore. So if we just wait for the rule folk to get slightly better opinion, which currently is not going to happen, but I suppose it's the recent change of colonial exploitation that is giving us a lot. That does remind me, though. Is there any colonies that I could do? Not yet. I mean, I suppose technically speaking, if we put in a interest over here... Oh yeah, we can declare interest in Indonesia. And then another one we could maybe... either Balkans, or or Indochina, or the Balkans. We'll go for Indochina as an option, but now we can start establishing a colony. Well, not yet, but we'll be able to start establishing a colony there eventually. Now, is there severe malaria in here? No, it's just malaria. But we already got that. So we should be able to colonize here rather quickly then. Why isn't anyone else colonizing that? I suppose Africa might be easier and a lot more land in there. But you know, getting some colonies in here certainly wouldn't hurt. We'll just need to wait until that interest is present. So we could declare the war on Egypt now. Or can we actually? That is a good question. We are neutral relations. Oh, they are damaging relations with us. Ah ha ha. I see what you're doing. You're trying to go for my lands, aren't you? So when do we... Oh, we already got the barracks. Are they fully employed? Not yet. Slowly recruiting things. And the adjustment over here is... Oh. Right, it's skirmish infantry, okay. So it's going to take a while before it's all the way full with the equipment and all that. It's getting slightly better, and did we increase the... Oh, the arms industry is getting another level there. That's good news. We probably need a few more levels in there, quite frankly. So we're making £34,000. I think what we're going to do is... once we get these battalions fully employed in here... We've already got 1 full from there. We've got 35 battalions on the Good General. Which might be... Well, that one and maybe this one can hold on the main line here. And then the other 2 from Ethiopia and the one in Arabia will sort of hold on the lines over here. Hopefully. I don't know, like, we might have to sort of give up some of this and hold in there while we then sort of push through here. Of course, oh, short of migration to Somaliland, alright. Well, that's not too bad, I reckon. Increasing the paper mill levels, apparently. That does actually remind me, though, is there any other productions that we could start switching? Or maybe we could go for the extra meat production. That would consume a lot of tools. That would give us a lot of meat, which... Are we exporting any meat right now? We are. Where? To France. Oh. Well, that might be a lot of money from that. Because we can now afford exporting more, and I believe we've still got plenty of convoys, don't we? Oh yeah, we do have about 4,000. So that is good. I suppose we could do more trades. What do we have else? We've got some hardwood, but I don't think that's particularly good. Some fish. We do have some fabrics. And some grain. Clothing is a bit expensive. We are expanding the clothing production, though. As well as the... Oh, wood. Oh, do we not have any places of... Oh yeah, the logging camps are not expanding on their own, so we could probably put those 2 expanding. That's going to start giving us a bit more wood. Among other things. But also, let's have a look at the infrastructure. That's 91 out of 113, and then 81 out of 88. 178 out of 185. We might want to get another level of railway in here, just to be sure. Because this one's expanding a lot. So improving that situation might be in our best interest. Right, we got the troops for the most part, don't we? Well, they're still hiring. There's still 2 battalions that need to be hired. But since we did switch to the... Actually, did we switch to the... Oh yeah, we did. To not use any of the opium. Right. So now that we got enlistment officers... I don't think that torpedo is something I need to worry about. We're going to go for the threshing machines. Or, if we go for the civilizing mission... That would lead to the malaria prevention. No, I think increasing productions right now would be a smart idea. And GDP is now about 80 million, which is definitely good news. And I think we can keep that growing even further. Although, once we do fight a war against Egypt, it's going to be a little bit worse for a while. We'll see how bad it gets. Yeah, there's a lot of expansion over here. So the textile mill is already going for level 10. Then we've got another textile mill over here, which is, well, not quite as good. Oh, there we go, 40,000 pounds per week. You know what, we could maybe, just maybe, increase our construction speed even further. Liberal Party found, oh, right, it is election season. Oh, and how bad is the, well, let's wait for the election to be over. So it looks like Conservative Party is still leading, and then Agrarian Party. So if those two win, and how bad is the, Agrarian Party is now -9. So I think we could... try passing the... Ooh, actually, we could go for the mass conscription, although rural folk would hate that even more. Let's go for the professional army first. Let's see if we can pass it this time. I'm hoping that we can. I'm pretty sure the Conservative Party is going to stay in power, at least. So we'll be able to keep the... like, the supporting factions for that. Armed Forces and landowners are both in the Conservative Party. At least they were. They still are. Right, well, that should allow us to get through that law, maybe. And then we'll just increase the military size even further. And that might be the thing that we need to beat the Egyptians. Still getting good money though. And we've got 100 battalions total. So I'm guessing we have fully hired. Well, it's not fully hired yet, but it's for the most part hired. It's just a little bit lacking there. We're getting the extra construction speed now. I don't think we want to expand the construction right now further, since we're about to go into a war, I reckon. Oh, what's this? Revolutionary Langfang versus a Great King. Oh. Supported by Dutch East Indies and Langfang. Oh, right, so the revolution, they're just helping in there. Alright, I'm gonna be neutral on that one. But I think it is time for us to consider the war. So Eritrea is gonna be the one that we go for. And that reduces the enemies that we would be facing. And that is not also too bad in terms of infamy there. What about Dongola? That'd be about 10. Sina is about 4. What about the Upper Egypt? That'd be 10 infamy as well. Okay, well, let's start with the Eritrea. I think we can afford this now. We've got 100 battalions, pretty good quality. We can defend against the enemies. I mean, there's going to be like 3-to-1 ratio in terms of the troops, so it might not be quite as easy, but if we can pass the professional army law during the war, I mean, we're going to, of course, always hire some conscripts, I suppose. Like, go for one state at a time in our core regions, so we don't necessarily crash our economy. But yeah, let's start the conquer state on Eritrea, shall we? They might have a lot of nation supporting them. Go for speed 3 just so that we can keep a track of everything. So, yeah, they've got all the support that they can get. I have no one... Well, there's technically Wallachia that I could try to invite. I don't think I will. Yeah, we're getting some stuff in here. So let's go ahead and activate our armies. Or mobilize our armies first things first. Right, so you would be defending over there. Actually, no. You could probably attack against... Need. And then we got another one from Ethiopia. You got artillery commander, so you could probably advance through there fairly quickly. And then we got one more. Well, I suppose we'll put in the big one over here defending against Egypt to begin with. And then we got 17 battalions still somewhere that aren't these ones. Defensive strategists. We could just hold on that front for now. And is that all the armies? No, there's still the one in Zanji. So we could bring this one in. You know what? That one can defend, and the big one, I know that this is gonna then put it automatically on the front there, but that one can advance for now. At least until the Ottomans start moving their troops in. And everyone's beginning mobilization. This is going to be a bit of a big war. So I suppose what we should do is we're going to start activating conscripts in... Oh, that's 100 battalions from Gondar. Ooh. Okay. Good go for that one. It's a bit of a border province anyway. That's going to be quite expensive though. We can see that our income is going to start dropping very rapidly. Oh, there we go. Threshing machines completed. Estonian migration to East Anglia. Alright. So in the military, I think we might want to help with the research in there. Let's get the self-propelled torpedoes. And then we can probably go for... Well, I suppose it's modern... Nursing is basically the last one there. And then we're going to go for the level 4, which trench works is something we desperately need. If we get that, we can fight against the Europeans to some degree as well. It's not necessarily the best in everything, but it's going to be pretty decent overall. Right, so we've got troops moving in the... Oh, they got 62 battalions from Ottomans. We are going to get a lot of battalions for the... Oh, conscripts over here at least. But that's going to allow us to hold on to the ground there. Greece is moving some troops. Egypt is moving some troops. Tripolitania is moving some troops. I don't know if they can do a landing, can they? How much do they have activated of the army? I mean, they could have up to 278 battalions. Are they busy with another war or something? No, not yet. So they just haven't activated all their troops, I guess. So I suppose there's a chance that they'll do a landing. And we've got our patrol coast over here, as well as patrol coast down here. So we'll be able to control at least a little bit. Plus, since there's a land front, they probably won't bother with the landings. Let's be honest. So we've got 44 battalions already on the biggest army, or the big army. And have they put in... They only want war operations. Okay. Well, what I'm going to put in is conquer state. We're going to put in the... First of all, we'll put in the Upper Egypt, just for the opium. I'm guessing that's not going to open up the... No. Okay, good. And then we're going to add in some more war goals. I could conquer some of the states here, I suppose. Or Sinai? I mean, I don't know, Sinai, maybe not. We could go for Dongola. That's another 10 or 9.3 infamy. So that would give us a land bridge in through there. Let's have a look at... We've got still 2 more that we could do. How is our infamy? We are notorious, so 75. Okay, I wonder... If we put in the conquer state on the Blue Nile... Oh, that's 20 infamy. Okay, that's not something that we can really do. Transjordan would be 4.7. And what about the... Well, Kordofan... I could technically take that, but I don't think that's a really smart idea. That'd be 11. I suppose another thing that we could do is... Oh, is that hail over there? Okay. And need... Hail's only 16 maneuvers as well. Suppose we do that. That's going to give us a border with the Ottomans for future wars. Not necessarily the best option, but it does allow us to expand further in here. Or we could go for the Transjordan. That's 12 maneuvers and only 5 infamy. That would get us a border with Ottomans as well, but that would be a little bit narrower border. Could work just fine. So yeah, Transjordan is a go. So we got the land bridge. We got Transjordan. And we've still got 40 maneuvers. How is our infamy now? 80 points, so we can afford taking maybe 18 points total. So not that much more. We could of course puppet these. How much is puppeting? It does take a fair bit of maneuvers, I'm afraid, but it's not a lot of infamy. You know what, we could puppet Jabal Shamar. It's only 3 infamy there, and we got still 20... Ooh, okay. So we could puppet both Need and Jabal Shamar. There goes our maneuvers, though. But that would sort of get rid of the problem with these, potentially leaving our trade union. Are they actually... Yeah, they're now on the independent markets. Alright, so we're still making money, oddly enough. And we should be able to sort of conquer these, probably. I mean, let's have a look at how good are their troops here. They use light infantry and mobile artillery, so we've got better on both of those. So definitely much better troops than the ones that we have. And no one else can join this. So it's going to be a bit of a rough one. Total mobilized, we got 112, they got 100 battalions total. Let's have a look at the countries. I mean, yeah, the Ottomans are only slowly mobilizing their troops. So that is something that we need to be a little bit wary of. They might be bringing in a lot more over time. But I think we can now afford speeding up a little bit. Waiting for the war to start. We're getting a little bit of industries in the meanwhile, which is probably going to be rather helpful. And we've got 76 battalions on the main front here. If we can advance through here quickly enough, and over here just hold them and grind them down while we capture these two future puppets of ours. We've got a bit of a mining accident. Ooh, actually, we could go for the improve the opinion of rural folk. That's going to reduce the approval, or yeah, disapproval rather, is why it's being reduced. But professional army, oh, there we go. Revolution. 71%, oh right, they want to preserve the national militia. I knew that would happen. It happened in my test game. No test run of the save. Right, we've got quite a bit of influence. We are improving relations with both Austria and East India Company. We could try improving relations with Great Britain, actually. That could be fine. Oh, there we go, the big army has already 66 battalions. That one's still down to 17, and that's 18. They should be getting a lot more, but it's just the conscript hiring isn't all that fast, I suppose. 33 battalions are now to, well, actually, mobilized battalions 31 out of 34. And that number is increasing slowly but surely. If they don't bring any more troops in here, then they are going to be in problems. They got quite a bit of troops in here. That's mostly Ottoman troops on this front, which doesn't surprise me. And then there's some troops in here, so there's some Greek troops. Oh, they gave up. Oh, I wanted to have a war. Well, I guess it's better than nothing. We can build some more iron mines in here, plus some other stuff. And we got the level 5 barracks already. I suppose in the next war we'll have the professional army already. Although that's going to be in Nile territory, so that's going to be a bit of a problem, potentially. Kindly burn this letter. Agrarian party, oh yes. Yeah, we'll reduce the momentum of that, so they'll maybe start losing some more power. And looks like, well, they are still the second largest party, so it's gonna still keep the government as is, I guess. Oh, but armed forces, oh wow, yeah. Armed forces is really loyal. They really like the laws we're passing right now, or trying to pass anyway. Right, but at least we've got some more territory in here. We own now the entire Ethiopia region. And so torpedoes unlocked. Let's go ahead and start working on the... Well, the nursing might not be that much really needed right now. Let's get the vacuum canning, because we got some oil production already. Unfortunately, we did lose these from our markets. Oh no, actually they are part of our market again. Or maybe not. Alright, well, I guess not then. Getting some more railways in our capital. Is that... Yeah, the infrastructure is pretty slim there, in terms of the excess. Right, so we probably have a massive infamy, don't we? Okay, that did not actually go that high, now that we didn't get all the things in the war. So it reduced at least to some degree, but yeah, we got quite a bit of infamy, to say the least. We still don't have a personal opium production for the military, so that's a bit of a bummer rather, but we can get that in the next war. How long do we have the truce anyway? Truces with Egypt, 1911. Okay, there's 5 years of truce. I'm almost tempted to try to do the puppeting war goal next time. So if they do give up, then we at least get them as a puppet. Ooh. Yeah, we'll take the enactment success chance, 15%, so we got 30% chance of actually passing this law. So we can start building more barracks and we can have a much better military, at least in terms of quantity. One thing that we might want to do, though, is increase the universities a little bit. I suppose we could just increase the university over here at capital, because that's going to increase the innovation throughput even further, because that does, or is increased by the throughput level there. It's not a massive increase there, but it's still something. And the more we have, the better we have the innovation. We got 87% already. Oh yeah, the population is still increasing quite nicely. It looks like East India Company is now cordial. Is there any sort of interactions that we can do with them? Oh, we can take on debt. 10 million. I'd rather not. We are still running on credits, although the income is increasing even further now. So I suppose one thing that we could do is increase our construction speed. It's already pretty good at our capital, so maybe start increasing it in other places, like the Gondar, for example. We could put in another level there. And what are we missing in terms of items? A lot of luxury furniture, porcelain, glass, small arms, ironclads, meat. Oh, well, meat is something that is easy to fix. We can just go for the slaughterhouses. That's going to be another 700 meat, although it does increase the tool consumption quite a bit, which might cause a lot of other issues. Go ahead and get another level for the tooling workshop there. And I believe we've got tooling workshop down here somewhere. Yeah, we've got one over there. We'll get a level on that one. And then we don't actually have tooling workshops over here. Alright, we've increased the coal mines quite a bit. I mean, it's the only coal mine in our entire market. So, well, to be fair, the market is mostly me. And Jabal Shamar, apparently. So I'm not too worried about that one. But yeah, the construction speed is now going to be about 100. We could still probably increase that, but I kind of want to get rid of the debt right now before we increase it too much. And the trade union is... Ooh, it's 76 already for the radicalism, so the revolution might be bad. At least we got Eritrea. We got our main state and the... Well, the Sanjay region is still going to be loyal. So that's 20 battalions from there, plus another 30 battalions from... So there's 50 battalions that we'd have versus their 50. That might be bad. That might be really bad. Depends, of course, on the generals that we'd have in case of a revolution. I mean, if it starts to get, like, really bad, we can stop passing the law, I suppose. Although I'd rather not, but... Because I want to get that... Oh, what's this then? Radical Nade. Ah. Alright. Well, I'll let them be. We've got 86 million GDP now. How much do we have? Oh, we're down to 50 trade centers in Yemen. It used to be a lot higher than that. Because we're not doing quite as much trading right now, are we? Plus, did we increase the... We've still got some fish and... Oh, we got a lot of grain that we could still sell. Shamari market is probably the best bet. Well, that would be the most amount that we could sell, I suppose, if it, what I'm saying. Oh, well, the Spanish market, but the tariff, or the profits from that are quite small on most of these. Do we have Jabal Shamar? We only got the defensive pact, actually. Oh, so they're no longer in part of our trade union either, okay. Are you part of the... No, you're part of your own market. Alright. And then, I suppose, another things... Let's have a look at what are we producing a lot. We've got a bit of oil. We've got some fruits. Ammunition is something that we could maybe export. North German market is paying a lot. Austrian market would be paying a lot. Let's sell it to the Austrians. They are the #1 great power, if I'm not mistaken. No, they're actually #2. Is France? Oh, France is #1 again. Alright. Oh, but they got... So Brittany has got an independence. So they're slowly losing a lot of territories, but they got a lot of colonies, I suppose. That makes quite a difference in that. Oh, we got some authority. Oh. Now the question is, what do we want to use that? Also, the extra... Oh, right, the enactment time. Actually, we might not want to use that right now. Till we pass the law. Although the law... Romanian migration to Eastern Cape. Alright, that doesn't really concern us. And the amount of radicals has gone up quite a bit. Although the standard of living is slowly climbing up again. We are slowly making better and better in here. But the GDP is 88 million already. Oh, wow. Wait, are we... Oh, no, #8 in worldwide. Okay. Got a decent bit of prestige. And we got sort of the buffer in there for like of about 200 prestige before we dropped in levels there. That's pretty decent. Let's actually have a quick look at the country browser there, or the nations list here. So we are below North German Federation. They've got a prestige of 1100. Okay, so we've got quite a bit of ways to go to there. We've got massive infamy. France has a bit of cold relations with us. Oh, they've pronounced me as a rival. Okay. Could I rival, say, Egypt? No? What about Ottomans? No? I suppose it needs to be a recognized country, doesn't it? France, I could probably rival. Yeah, I could. Oh, that gives 400 influence. Ooh. That's actually good, because that's going to start increasing the infamy decay. So we can get rid of some of that infamy. Probably should have done that earlier. Yeah, okay, so now it's going down at least to some degree. But we are also out of time for this episode, unfortunately. So if you enjoyed this, please like and subscribe if you haven't already. Also, the links down below in the description. But other than that, thank you very much for watching. Until next time, bye-bye.